Hey.
There was one thing in that game you couldn't download, and that was how poorly Cold actually played.
Yes,
he never really
that's true.
showed up. So if he steps forward today, it could be a much different storyline. We're going to get into it right away. Mousesports will start on the CT side. SK on the T. And you're right, Mousesports has been extremely impressive as of late. The Mykonos win, the second place at ECS. Good wins. It's a good team in those tournaments, along with many others. Cold starts off hot because he's going to burn Oscar alive. That's exactly what they need.
Just to note, he's using the untarnished USP again there. He will be punished for it. 2 early kills for SK here as they strike towards the A bomb site. The bomb will make it in a little bit late, but that's absolutely fine. The smokes are still deployed. Sunny will find his entrance to the game, but here comes Fur towards CT spawn, and he is always going to be a nuisance in that particular position. He does fall back somewhat. Just shows his presence here. Now it's a 4 versus 3. Of Rops down to 17. It looks very unlikely they can do much with this, as Sunny is completely held within the connector. He has to find a one, but a headshot not going to happen though. coldzera finds his 3rd frag of the round. Seems like he has turned up today, and he'll get 4 as well. Rops will be dropped by Fallen. Very convincing round there by SK. They dropped the initial smokes towards the steps at the start of the round, and then waited for players at top of middle, actually 3 players top of middle, to go for a very fast A split, and they focused towards that window area. Molotov in the window. You don't really see that on pistol too often. Like we said, the untarnished USP not delivering any sort of shots there. coldzera holds towards short, stops any sort of rotations coming through, and locks down the round.
Did. Success. So 1-0 for SK. They'll go on to plethora of different weapons. SMG, 2 UNPs, I should say, 3 SMGs overall. You got Mac 10 in there as well. AK-47 and Galil. Fur's already checking down toward the underpass as they put the late smoke out toward the window. The late smoke being that of which is thrown after you cross to box. So the early smoke therefore to catwalk to allow them to do so. Fronted by any deagles at long range. Deagles and beagles. Small things with big bark. Beagles actually have a pretty terrible bark, if I'm honest with you, Henry.
Well, we'll see if Mousesports can go one step further than that. They are going to find one kill here, potentially. Not going to be the case. So Sunny floundering with the flames at his feet there. So we have 5 versus 2 now. Rops and Oscar with a Deagle and a P250 respectively. Won't be able to do too much of this one. This is looking like a much better SK already. Only seen 2 rounds, but coldzera getting fired up in the pistol. That's always a good sign. Officially the world's best player. Get 4 kills with the pistol is always going to set him up for great things there. Phelps and coldzera to close things out there. Pretty much a clean sweep, any other damage taken. And it will be 2-0. Fending off the force by Mousesports there. They'll be up against a full eco now. A chance those SMGs to sing and farm some cash. It'll be 2 UMPs, a Mac 10 for Fur. He does very well with the lesser weaponry, especially that MP9. He is famous for using that.
Famous for the MP9. Imagine being famous for such a thing.
It's a weapon that really has come into its own in 2017 especially. It wasn't really talked about too much earlier in CSGO, but the MP9, the Mac 10 really have found their place in the game, and that's credit to Valve. They wanted to make all the guns viable, and it's just a matter of time. Including the Negev. They gave that one. That wasn't that successful, I'll have to say, but it was a bit of fun. Good damage though. coldzera taking a headshot at the start, but he dishes out one of his own. Third attackers join him, and that should be a very simple round. Another clean sweep, and as you would say, Matt, the bonus round is coming in next.
That is exactly what I would say.
And what does the bonus round mean?
It's a Jaden round, actually. If you just explain it that way, everyone knows.
Everyone knows that term.
Exactly. Basically, that's what you were waiting for me to say, so I'll just give it to you. I'll appease you, Henry.
Well, it's going to be one of those rounds where SK won't be doing a default. They won't be necessarily doing a traditional strategy. They're going to be doing something hard and fast, getting in their grills and trying to shut down players without helmets, potentially. That's going to be Sunny and Chris J in this particular manner. So it looks like maybe a set piece with some basic smokes going in there. Throw tackle in with the Mac 10.
Fur deserves credit. He's the first person I've ever seen match his knife to his gloves.
That's nice.
Fur. Beautiful, actually. But you're right, it gives them a chance to build up extra economy. If they win it, they didn't invest much at all, and if they lose it, they still have money left over to buy into the next round. Oscar looks for a gap inside of the smoke, but can't get there. The fact that they've gone 1 for 1 on entry, they can go for the plant, but now the gap works. Oscar suddenly realizes there's a chance to look toward the default position, and he takes down Phelps, but won't follow that up. They still do get the plant, and they'll fall away from the site accordingly.
coldzera is in the B bomb site, just to know. He's coming from CD spawn. He's still pretty far removed from the situation, but he could cause a lot of damage here if he gets his skates on. You can see him now coming towards that area. It'll be a bit of time before he can strike. His teammates will probably get attention first. They'll be holding towards the A ramp as he comes in. coldzera has to be the hero here. The smoke comes down on the bomb. Sunny has no idea Cole could be coming from this position. He'll overlook the connector for now, and the bomb has been defused already. That's a shame, but lots of kills coming in there. They'll actually take down every single frag though. So sure, before. Mousesports win, but they'll be very limited. They do not save the AWP into the next round. And you see them shaking their heads. That is not a good sign, Matt. If you win a round, everyone's looking still pissed off after winning the round. So, not great scenes for Mousesports. Remember, that's a bonus round for SK. They'll have a full buy here and then some. That was a round where they had 2 UMPs, a MAC-10, and a Galil. So they're going to be very well equipped here. Look at Mousesports. Famises. 3 of those, a Scout and a UMP. This is double eco territory all day long. It's one of those rare rounds, I say, winning it actually isn't looking too good for them.
It is interesting. I mean, that's the power of the bonus.
Exactly. That's where you can devastate
Especially
CT
with the bomb
sides.
plant in the bonus.
Best of 1, CT sides. That's the best way to make them work.
So Fur's going to smoke off top connector with a bounce through from underpass. Sunny has to watch the window. It's a bit cloudy in the window, though.
Indeed. Not anymore. It's okay.
Sun's poked through.
Yeah, good.
He's still not peeking, though, so.
Yeah, true. Well, they've got a couple of kits, 2 smokes, no incendiaries. If Escalators group up and execute together, they're going to be on to a very successful round. Oscar, this is brave. I'm going to be done just yet, and he gives himself up. Does significant damage towards Fur, but he'll get away with his life. They have to try and find these early kills like that. They have to take some chances here. They know they haven't really got the utility or the firepower to hold off full executions. That's why Oscar tried to investigate towards the B apartment successfully, to some degree, doing 51 damage to Fur. But this is what I expected. A full execution here. Stay the 5-man unit. Very simple execution, smoking towards CT spawn like that. And then towards the steps. Molotoving sandwich, I'd imagine. Indeed. Flashbang in. And allow Taco to do some great things here from the apartments. Oh, Taco's giving himself up there. He has to reload here, and Sticker knows it.
Yeah, thanks for the indicate. That's not great. He'll get Rob's inside firebox as well to defend his backside. When he turns around, Chris J with 2 on the scout, because again, the shallow smoke, he took the initiative to push through it. And in doing so, the reason it's thrown shallow is actually by design to the left side, 6 seconds. Oh, Phelps, he got off it. He's got to win this by kills, and they know it. So he's stuck in the corner. Phelps just keep going around. He can't find it, can't get there in time. He's going to go down after the time, speaking of. That's unfortunate. The reason it's thrown left and kind of shallow in that regard is actually so that it blooms and cuts off part of Ticket Booth as well, the first box, but it does leave Chris this exact opportunity. He can play on the edge of it.
He was at one point considered the world's best scout user, and shows us he still is very strong with that weapon. Finds 2 sensational kills, I have to say. Taco, a bit of a blunder there from the apartments. He wallbangs that to obviously get players towards the shadow as his teammates come out, and he goes with a full 30-bullet spray. Sticko just takes that. Free kill for him and allows Chris J to step up. But look at this adjustment. Still with plenty of money here. SK Gaming, double AWP setup on the T side of Mirage. Still on the ropes are Mousesports. You can see they're winning rounds, 2 in a row, but 0 players surviving 4 and 1 in the previous round. They are not established at all as we go to round number 6 here.
So Sticko waiting with the pop flash. Gold 0 waiting with the AWP. Don't know about you at home, but I can't react that fast. Sliver gap to play. So precise too, the way he lines that up to look all the way through. Sticko's throwing the flash, just backed off, no one there, so they'll get comfortable with the cap. Watch the push out, no smoke down. Fallen is looking toward connector. He's got to turn that around. Smoke behind him, won't be able to find the shot. It's not immediately to Chris J. They did get Sunny down, however. Chris is going to be limited by the flames thrown to his feet. Double that up, so Oscar and Chris both can't get back around the corner, which gives them time to get through connector. That's exactly what they've done. They haven't got a smoke behind them now, though, so there's a chance they could still find an angle. That's what Oscar does, and he gets one and falls away. Brilliantly played.
Mousesports showing some tenacity here. They're holding on with the weak buys they have. Now it's a 4 versus 3 as Rop strikes from CT spawn. He finds one of the key players in the SK side. Fur goes down. They still have the scout in hand. The bomb will be planted here, but the boost comes in from the CT side. Cold Zera, such a beast on this map. It's a little bit clumsy, the boost, but fun. Oh, just about get it up there. Don't really get much for it. No, they think it's B map. No. Do they? No, they don't. What are they up to? Are they just saving?
I guess so.
They would there as CT spawn. They could have tried to deny that. Then they just fell back. They just get the call, let's just save our weaponry. It's a 3-on-3, but the bomb's just been planted. Why wouldn't you go for that?
I'm not sure. Chris had, I guess, maybe one of the angles to
No, they're leaving a player. They must have thought it was B. I think Chris said, no, it's definitely not. I'm already here. I don't know.
You're right. No, you're dead. You're absolutely right, because they went back around after Chris had spotted through and seen the bomb as well from connector. Cold where he takes it. I thought this round was going to fall apart as well because SK was so slow to take connector and left the repeat potential and catwalk open where Oscar, okay, fair enough, Oscar found his first of now 3 kills. And they didn't actually get any execution done, so the fact that they win that.
That was a really bizarre round. They have the boost and they jump off it. There must have been a bad call there, because then they didn't like have a big plan. They were going to swing round towards window together and focus on jungle. They fell back and then realized and then went back towards CD spawn. So there was no big play being made there. But luckily, Oscar does upgrade to the AWP. That is good news. They'll have money to buy. Still won't be strong, but Oscar, we know how good he can be with the particular weapon. AWP. Sticko, just a P250. That's not so great for him. AK for Robso. Need to win this round, Mousesports, or it is going to be double eco. Towards B they go. One player's going to be there. Sticko with the aforementioned pistol. If he goes down quickly, they're not going to have a chance here. And Taco looking to strike, finds the shot. Christian from short. Samus in hand now, doing more damage towards Phelps and Fur. Now Oscar, we know he has to step up here. It's the shot, Cold Zero, but down he goes to Fallen. That should be another signal to save here. No confusion this time. Chris K, 3 HP. They saved the AK and the 2 Famises, that's fine. SK hardly high rolling right now, so they'll recover the AWP surely. That's going to be picked up by Sunny. And they'll fall back. That's a great approach here from SK. 5 players staying together, knowing the money's weak on that particular side of the map. Sticko plays alone in B. Take him down with the Mac 10. You throw in that first. If he goes down, if the attacker drops into that window and he finds 3 players there stacked up with FAMASes, he can make the call, don't go in. But he takes down the first player, and that's going to be their cue to strike all day long. Nothing really Chris J can do with just the FAMAS towards short. But they do save the orb once again. That is a big play. That means they'll keep force buying with this. We'll see whether that works out for them or comes back to haunt them. Here's the shot from Fallen to take down Oscar, I'd imagine. Indeed it was.
Pretty easy, really.
Yeah, nothing to write home about.
Straightforward. 5-2 for SK. BP for Oscar, AWP for Fallen.
We'll get into this round, and Sticko not buying anything here. That's just a sign of the times here. With 3 rifles saved, you think, yeah, surely get stuck in, but they're really struggling with the economic situation of the game so far, but not with the kills in this round. Oscar takes down one of the key scalps of SK Gaming. Fallen drops. 5 on 4. That's what they need. He needs to be versatile now. He probably can't stay in the B-bomb, so I'd like to see him rotate and try and funnel them into different positions. He does drop down towards shore, hoping that as force someone to try and get the trade here, but not going to be moving too much. Fur boosted up. Always happy to go in this position, and Rob's holding all the way back in the vents, and he almost certainly gets this kill.
Wow. Off does manage to do so, yep. That doesn't really bode well. If he's already pushed back out a window and then Fur still manages to find the kill, Oscar gets Phelps back. Second time, by the way, that Oscar's found that pick, so they need to be quicker at getting control of the connector. They know
Oscar's in B right now, so their play's going to be at the A-bomb site. Oscar has rotated, leaving Sunny alone in the side itself. For Sticko, remember, he bought nothing here. Sticko could actually kill him, and he does. That's really well played. Had nothing to work at this round. A full eco for himself. Finds a really crucial kill and the bomb. Cold Zero didn't see it coming, but ahead of his teammates there, and he gives it all up.
So they'll get the bomb back because Sticko can't afford to stay that far forward, but Fur so low after the first exchange on 5 HP gets taken out by Sunny. It's all the taco. Armor for 2, both of the ops. Mind you. Gonna miss the shot, and Oscar gets forced off the angle, but Sticko's still underneath. Does not have armor. Taco. Trying to Molotov him out. He's gonna get on the ladder, but he's actually gonna burn 39 HP as well. Problem is that Taco has to expose himself to go after him. Good kill. Has Oscar low. Well done, Taco. A chance to plant. No, not. He didn't do it. He didn't get there in time. I thought he'd get there in 4 seconds. Sunny just barely gonna win the round, and Taco needs to stay alive.
These rounds are really intense. Mousesports are winning some, but every round they win, it's just one player surviving. This time, though, it's a bit more stable. They have money with Sticko going full eco to buy another AWP. Oscar, though, this is how he kicked things off. Fallen, taken down there. Bit of a blunder from him. They didn't have any cover on shore. You can see there are some quite obvious holes in the SK strat book right now. It's not as clinical as you would like. They are overlooking the short position, for example.
On short.
Yeah, there are some problems here. This is not the perfect SK lineup we're used to seeing on Mirage.
Keep an eye on Phelps, by the way. 5 for 4. He's not behind anyone else. Sorry, 4 for 5.
Shot.
He's not further behind anyone else, so I can't really fault this on him. In fact, Cold's carrying with 14 kills, but he gets taken down this round early by Chris J.
Yeah, Mousesports starting to establish themselves now. There's no compromises here. Double AWP set up, 3 rifles, 1 kit. Utility's not amazing, but the win this round, which is looking likely with the 5-on-4 start, they'll be able to really get going and sink their teeth into the first half. Been a really exciting game so far. This is what we want to see. These best of ones, lots of force buys, some blunders, some nerves starting to show, some oversights. Sticko.
Absolutely.
This is a nice position. This is a good reaction from him. He's ascertained there's no one in the B apartments. Now they can fall back from the B bomb site pretty much entirely. And as he'll hold there, he doesn't have to overcommit and go any further than that. Sunny with no vision towards short. They'll leave a player a bench just for now in the B bomb site. Looks like an A split coming in. As you can see, Phelps at the A ramp, 3 players towards the connector. But Robsto, he's got a great position to shut that down. As and when is Sticko, as mentioned, the B apartments finds Fallen.
Good play from Sunny to find Taco. All Mousesports. Oscar still watching toward A main as well. So they'll bring this to 5-4. No running and hiding for SK today. They struggled yesterday against Space Soldiers on this map as well. They touched on it on the desk. You brought it up again. Mousesports would have seen that.
Yeah.
Winner of this game becomes one of our then 3 2-0 teams. QBF.
Mousesports deserve it. They've been playing great this tournament. And especially, like we said, like no one was really that impressed with this lineup when it first came on paper. Everyone saying like, well,
the
sure.
remnants of anti-eco.
Yeah.
Anti-Nico, sorry.
Sure. And he thought, well, this doesn't look too amazing. Or this player, Robs, no one's ever heard of. They're going to gamble on him. Probably wouldn't be able to handle himself on the big stage. Absolutely false there. Completely wrecks everyone. As soon as he gets to big tournaments, he's actually carried some success, which he said, Mechanos victory and ECS second placement. And Sunny as well. I think he's got to be one of the best players that's gone under the radar so far in 2017. He was in Penta at the last major, and he showed us what he can do. And it's no surprise he found himself in a team like Mousesports, and they're doing very well. Oscar, he's an inconsistent player in my opinion. I think when he's playing very well, he's amazing. Like, he's godlike Orpa. But if he has a bad start and a rough entry to a game, you can see him drop off dramatically. He seems very emotionally attached to the game.
So a tactical timeout for SK to try and regroup, recover.
Interesting. Taco goes for the MAC-10. He's going to find 2 players of our helmets. That's Sticko and Chris J. Fallen not really yet to get rolling here. 3 kills for him after 9 rounds. You're right, they caught Zera stepping up.
Yeah, had to. Yesterday was a blip on the radar for him in all the wrong ways. You say, by the way, deserved for Mousesports. I say nothing is deserved, everything is earned. They've certainly been putting their best foot forward.
Just the hard work they put in, and the kind of every tournament they seem to be getting better and better.
Bold one boost to the boxes, lands it perfectly, but no one there to receive it. Good play from Fur, unfortunately, a little bit late before Sticko committed to peeking that far wide in the apartments. Chris tagged to 19, though, will be taken down by the nade. That's going to give them a chance. Rops towards Short. Short has been haunting them in reverse when they've been working through connectors toward A. It seems to be all the kills going that way. The current's flowing only one direction in the stream, and Cold's on the right side this time.
Lovely work by Cold Zera there. Managed to get the spray control towards a connector. Now it's a 2-on-2 situation with 2 of the deadliest players in the world up against Oscar and Sunny. Cold Zera and Fur sticking together in the connector. Got plenty of time here. They are very good at finding any sort of entry point to a bomb site here. Will be Sunny at the A ramp. That's a great position. You'll be able to listen out for the plant, coordinate with Oscar when to rotate in. They have lost track of them for now at least, but they're going through CT spawn. This is the kind of play I'm talking about. Who would ever guess this would be coming through? All the way towards B. Oscar's still aware this could be a possibility, but he'll be focusing primarily, I guess, on the apartments right now, the AWP.
Clever tactics.
This is so good.
Get in behind them. They'll guarantee the bomb plant. I mean,
Oscar is ready.
I say guarantee. If Oscar hits 2 stupendous shots, and he's considering it.
If they try to go for an open plant towards short, he wins.
Well, smoked mid-sight. He now knows they're there for sure, but that guarantees the plant. They can get toward bench as well if they wanted to with that smoke down. They still don't know that he's on short. In fact, putting that smoke is going to disallow them from getting that information as well. And they're going to work this together. Sunny's going to rotate around and work with Oscar. They've got 1 to find. That is it. Oscar does the work to find Fur all on his own. It's Cold Zera, though. The one that remains. 1 kill already in the rounds. Kits on both players, so forget that. Time, not so much a factor. They've got plenty of it to work with. Cold refuses to show face. The smoke down, Oscar should know they haven't checked toward bench. They'll spot Sunny, but Sunny wins the duel. Clean as well, 41 HP left. 5-5 game.
It's as close as it gets now, back and forth every round. Close and could go either way, but it looks like finally SK might have to take a full eco here. I'll have about $3,000 per player, maybe a little bit more with first 4,500. But still, Mousesports now with 3 rounds in a row. Looking great here in the clutch situations as well. I thought Oscar was done for when they made their way towards the B side, but he is very patient. Looks to one crossing towards the kitchen. That's a key position, that area. If the T's getting towards the kitchen when you've got the bomb down there and stop the rotations, it's almost impossible to win the round. He just watches that angle, make sure he gives Sunny information that that can't happen, nails the shot, and they retake together. And coldzera, normally so good in those clutches, can't do anything about it. Aggressive play now, it's going to be good, or is it? It's going to be Oscar to answer back, but Phelps now with the AK-47. Amazing work there. He manages to find 3 kills in total. That set them up for a 3 versus 2 now. Remember, this is an eco. All of a sudden, it falls apart. Now, Rob's left in a difficult position with Taco coming out of the palace.
Rob's to the corner to hold with the M4. Needs to be undetected in this position. The problem is that even if they head toward A, Taco's eventually going to cross that position unless he wants to hold for Palace in the post plant.
It's the one round you don't really want to do the aggressive play on the CT side. Knowing they've gone for a partial buy or even eco, you're trying to hold up, make them do the hard work. You've gone to them and thrown yourself in the blender, and Phelps shows us he's still a world-class fragger there. That was beautiful work at the CZ. Upgrade to the AK, finds 2 key frags at that weapon. Still a lot of work to do here. Rob's deadly in these sort of positions. M4A4 in hand, but you can see the trifecta around him. CT spawn, Palace, and connector. That's where the bomb resides, and Robs has no information to work with here. He's going to go down. He might get 1 kill out of this.
Ooh, first head, though.
Wait.
The fact that Sticko's come into this, because now they try and rush the issue, and it's just Cold remaining yet again. 1 versus 1 at least this time. He's found Sticko. It's the AWP to work with. He has the bomb. He has time to get to B as well. Rops doesn't actually hold to watch the connector position because he didn't know that Cold was still in that angle, or at least available to him, so it's going to be a race to get there. How quickly can he get there after the bomb goes down? Because Cold's going to be relatively open. Oh, just missed the chance to spot him as well, going toward the bench.
Push that smoke. coldzera is just hoping he won't be doing this, so...
He will. It's Rops. Through already with the M4. Not aware, though, that Cold is to the right. So this time, after losing the last clutch in B, Cold gets the advantage. Doesn't look elated by it because they still have work to do. 6-5. Money's not amazing on either side, to be fair.
Here's that play from Phelps. Great spray control. The transfer towards the connector after picking up the first kill with the CZ. Aggressive play from the CTs. Usually a nice thing to throw in there when you know they're kind of trying to counter what you're presenting in your defaults and your setups. But when they've got CZ, you know they've broken their money. Not the best call in my opinion at that point.
How many times have you said Fallen's name this game?
Almost 0. Yeah, like he's only to point out he's only on 3 for 5 right now.
Another player that's commonly near the top. 3 players from the SK lineup in the top 10.
Absolutely.
Fallen was number 6, if I'm not mistaken. For number 4. For number 3, excuse me, and then
Nico 2 and
Cold number 1.
Yeah.
Who's Nico, anyway?
You'll probably find out as the tournament develops, I'd imagine.
Was more speaking from Mousesports' perspective on that one.
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny though. Everyone wrote Mousesports off completely after Nico left, and I guess rightly so at that point when they had Speedy and Dennis in. Like it was.
I think it's the beauty of having nothing to lose, though.
Yeah.
It's like you said, they picked up players that you wouldn't have expected, and it's worked out very well for them. And not many teams would have taken the chance for them. Fallen, yeah, not
looking sharp today.
No, losing that duel, especially when both players missed shots, and the Oscar still comes out on top.
Just a poor peak in general. The movement wasn't really there. You expect him to be really on point with that sort of play, but this is an eco, remember. It's just Oscar with the AWP. He finds the first kill, and Taco struggled his position 4. He went for the full wall bang. But I think he checks this at this stage. Sunny, oh, I thought he would strike as soon as he hit the Molotov thrown. Taco, not sure if he's there or not. Doesn't want to walk around the corner and check it. Spraying in now, but his teammate will take care of that angle. And this should be the round, but double orbs now with the CTs. I'll probably give it a little go. Maybe not so much now as one of those orbs does go down. It's going to be Oscar dropped by coldzera. Stick on spawn, but finds him and actually finds the secondary AWP as well. So that's going to be round over. 7-5. Remember, this was pretty much an eco.
Good find on Rops. Just Chris to find just the pistol. I take that back, AWP.
Yeah, they did buy that this round.
Exactly.
It was a full eco with bit of added spice with the sniper rifle. Oscar definitely the sort of player that could spiral out of control. You give him a chance, gets that first pick, but looking for a little bit more out of that one. Now Chris J desperately holds on to the sniper rifle. They'll try and get that out of his hands if they can. Probably sacrifice one more player.
Oh,
see if
I
it's
don't
possible.
think he spotted Taco.
Yeah,
Taco's actually already at the window, but you're right. Maybe he didn't see him. Certainly does. Goes back for it. And they get him down in the end. It's a bit costly, but SK take the second 5. Costly is fine as well going into round 13. Getting any gun in their hands is beneficial.
Yeah.
Close the half as strong as you can.
Yeah, Fallen just not showing up here at all. Getting bullied by Oscar. 7-5 though. There is a buy available for the CTs, but not much of one, I have to say. M4s. The AWP comes out, but no one's got a helmet. That's actually not a big deal. There's no SMGs available. But the lack of utility. Sunny and Robs, no grenades whatsoever. They're going to aggressive play here. Rightly so. Oscar hits a wonderful shot towards top of middle. Sunny can't replicate that form. coldzera takes him down. Equal trade certainly favours the terrorist side here. Chris J, though, this is a brave move from him going against coldzera, but he rises to the occasion. Matt takes him down. What a hell of a shot that was.
Cold didn't have a helmet, though. That could have been interesting against M4s. Look at Mousesports. Step back up with guns. Oscar to take out Fallen. It's all defer. Wow. Yeah, Oscar, I thought he had the jump on him, but couldn't even line that up, and it's 7-6. Mousesports are in this every bit of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Oscar, like we said, yesterday didn't look his best, but this is much better today. You see his team going aggressive at the very start. Taco, that's a bit of a miss from him. He had plenty of time to nail that shot. Chris J, though, he certainly delivered. What a beautiful way to take down coldzera. Oscar, even more so. AWP through the smoke, finds Fur. I was about to say, surely it's an eco, but we are going all in on the SK side. Galils, AKs, Deagles. I was about to say, that normally dictates follow execute, but they will be throwing a smoke towards the steps. They are having 3 players there in total as the first half comes to a close. Smoke towards CD spawn, so Voldemort throwing. It will be Taco to throw towards the steps. coldzera just watching for anyone pushing at this point. Gun out, I'd imagine. Yeah, watching for a palace push. Smoke's deployed. The bomb is there as well. 2 players towards the underpass, so an A-split coming in. Flashbang from Robs to set himself up for the play here. Trying to catch them as they come out of the choke point itself. Good Molotov. That holds them at bay for a long time. Those smoke's almost useless by the time they actually get out.
Flash to check Cat this time. Been struggling to get control there. Never mind. Catwalk. Short being the issue. It's inside the A site directly. Look at Mousesports. 2 straight rounds just slaughtering SK.
Yeah, looking very good now. They had a rough start to this game. The financial situation was spiraling out of control. But then they had that spree of winning 3 rounds in a row. They got themselves right back in this game. A couple of difficult wins in terms of no utility, no real weaponry, but managing to go aggressive, and Oscar stepping up with the AWP. It's got them right back in this game. Looking to win the half now. Remember, that was a force buy from SK. Best of one, as we'll be just having pistols in round number 15 here. Now it's almost certainly going to be winning the half, but you never know. SK always going to be deadly here. Just to follow Fallen's story, we have to point out the star players, and they don't perform as well. 3 for 8 is going to round number 15 for him. Taco, 8 for 11.
Somehow staying alive a lot and all of that, but getting kills. Chris J has looked very sharp on the op.
It's when the AWP has been such a huge storyline for Mousesports and Oscar's looked so good, you have to look at Fallen. He's the AWP for the side to see what went wrong there and how he wasn't fragging at all for them.
So Cold limited again toward mid with Fur beside him, but again, the smoke down, and Chris already pushed up on short. There's not really nowhere for them to go. There's nowhere for them to go. Sunny catches them off, and Chris is going to push up. Now, awkward exchange. He has to fall away from that angle. Tagged down to 12 HP. Clean sweep of the last 3 rounds. Mousesports. Sticko's going to take Cold. 1 kill in the last 2 rounds, make it now 2 kills in the last 3 rounds. Taco, fair enough, but he'll go down. Oscar the kill, 8-7. Mousesports winning the half. That's super impressive.
Yeah, what a rough game that was for both sides. No one really comfortable there throughout the half. That was really tight. Every round felt like he went down to a 1 versus 1. So many clutches coming forward. It was Fur, coldzera doing everything they could in those clutches. Same story for Oscar, Sunny as well. No one really running away with this game so far. Oscar certainly showing us what he's made of there. But pistol going to be very important here, as ever. Remember, it was SK that got 3-0 in the first half after winning a very convincing pistol. Taco padding the stats, so he's going to win that round, but 2 nice shots. Put his confidence up going into the next half. And they'll take the 2 minutes here, I think, just to work out, SK especially, not having the full team here. They're going to just Make sure they triangulate themselves correctly here. Going to pistol, do they go aggressive? Do they know what Mousesports going to do? No one knows. I'll have a look at the buys at least. I can report back on that. SK with 4 sets of armor. Taco, the support player, of course, with the defuse kit, a couple of flashbangs. Fallen in player with the P2000.
Interesting stat. Last 5 majors, they've been 2-0. This would be the first time they would go 1-1.
That's a very good stat. And on the Mousesports side, I'll have a look. They haven't fully bought just yet. 2 sets of armor so far. I will report as and when, Matt. I'll make sure I keep you all up to date.
Thank you.
With the developments of the round.
I need your guidance, Henry.
Well, if I'm your guide, then you're in a lot of trouble.
It's better than me guiding myself. The blind leading the blind, but we'll get there eventually.
But there's Oscar. Like I said, you get 2 minutes officially to use at half-time. You're allowed to talk in that. It's like a tactical timeout for both teams. You can cancel if you want to. Both teams are ready to go. You can just not use any time at all and get straight into it. But in this sort of game, a lot on the line here. 2-0 is very tantalizing. In this stage of the tournament, why not? Take the time and work out what you're going to do. Full buy comes in for Mousesports. 4 sets of armor. Oh, that's an upgraded pistol, but Rob's gone Superman mode. He's got a P250 and armor. Chris J was the player to drop that. He'll have a smoke and a flashbang to go with his naked body. No armor for him.
Put some clothes on. It's against the Twitch terms of service.
That's absolutely true.
No shirt TV. Remember that guy?
Yes.
Well, he has to call himself Tarek. Who would want to name themselves that?
Aggressive from Fur at the start there. He knows Oscar's going to be waiting around, but it's an A execution, and Phelps, he will have players all in front of him. Can't deliver more than one, though. First stepping up and Fallen. 5 games so far. Can that PT5 do anything? Scrappy at best, but Sonny comes out on top. He'll certainly be dropped here. Taco takes him down. 2 versus 2.
Even a jumping burst clock just to hit one bullet, and it didn't land. That certainly does from Chris J. Now, Fur goes down. Chris is the player that didn't have the armor, and he wins that duel cleanly, so job well done by him. I think Taco spotted him still in the sight and erased him. So is he erased to Rops. That's brilliant shot to Rops as he peeks from Palace.
How calm was that from Taco? Brilliant stuff. Comes in, confident as you like. He's got the defuse kit on his back, and he manages to hit the first shot. 2 crispy 1 bullets there to win out the round. And you probably heard it through our microphones. SK elated with that one. Both pistols going in their favor now. Taco showing us that he can frag with the best of them. Great stuff there. No pressure on the defuse. Oh, look at that. Loves it. Fist bump. A little bit of a smile on his face there. Bit smug, but I like it a lot. Timeout for Mousesports.
Better to be smug than look like a mug.
That's true.
I just made that one up. It's terrible. But he won the round, so he's no mug, is he?
Absolutely true. Wow. Oh, Mousesports are going to force by Matthew. This is a big call to make. Do or die time. I can see the AK-47. This is why they take the pause, just to work out where are we going with this one. They buy 1 AK so far. Presumably they go all in. Chris J drops the AK to Robs. He buys head armor. The rest of them, you need a bit more firepower than this. It's called the tactical purchase. You get 1 AK and nothing else. I don't think Glock's no armor is going to be enough to really cause a dent. So I guess at this stage, they will go for that. The idea is Robs will just try and weaken them up. If he gets 2 or 3 kills and they get the AKs into the next round, they're going to be really weak on money. I was hoping for maybe even PT50s or Deagles just to kind of go with the AK. I don't really see this causing a massive amount of disturbance in the defense, but you never know. If Robs can find 2 kills, get a bomb down, that could be something.
It'd be remarkable if you were able to find angles in the MP9 players. I don't know, some small satanic portion of me thinks he can do it.
We'll see. It's all about finding kills. They're unlikely to win the rounds, but if Robs can get 1 or 2 in a bomb plant, it means their AK buy into the next will be amazing. If he can save the AK, that'll be even better.
Taco and Cold together on B. Taco's been desperately trying to spray through the kitchen window for about a minute. Oscar to mid. Fur's actually still considering the window. That puts just Fallen and Phelps together in the side. Fallen only gets, okay, does get 2, take that back, excuse me. I thought he only got 1. Rops took him down immediately. The fact that he gets 2 strengthens Phelps' position considerably. Flash in for his teammate. He peeks, but he has to hit that shot short. Fur makes up for it. Well played. 2 for the MP9 is him as well, and Cold comes in. All 3 MP9s, excuse me, get the kills, so therefore they all get the cash reward as well.
It'll be Chris J's probably on a Deagle and armor. The rest of his teammates will have AKs. That wasn't as good as they were hoping for. 2 kills is fine. It does make SK weak going to the next round, but they'll still be able to bring out rifles. Fallen, yes, 2 frags is enough in that position, and Rob's showing us that he can be deadly in these particular scenarios. Flashbang doesn't phase him, it seems. 9 to 8. Like I said, Chris J with a pistol goes for the Tech 9. Interesting enough weapon, I don't see that much of these days. 2 MP9s though for coldzera and Fur. 5 Mousesports. Fur will take some damage after the flames, down to 69 he goes.
Pushing through smoke, take catwalk. Actually, he's going to hold inside of the smoke, wait for Chris to get a little bit closer and the window smoke to be thrown. So now that they both are, he'll work for. Yeah, I think just barely spot the feet. Desperate spray, but that costs him. MP9 and the AK sees all the bullets firing toward him and quickly figures out where they're coming from, pinpoints it, gets the kill. Fallen. Looks at jungle stairs. Free smoke from Phelps as well to watch top connector. Taco's rotated to get outside the vent at window. Oscar's inside that vent. Phelps has nowhere to go because of it. Taco does get 1 kill, but it's too late. They've already opened up connector, so into the site, Fallen alone, and we've talked about his contribution in this game. Manages to avoid the flash, goes for the spam toward the planter. No kill so far. Taco gets Chris. Fallen not even getting aggressive as you might expect he normally does in these situations.
3 versus 3, the bomb is down. Mousesports now sit back and wait as Fallen starts to come to life. Nice shot with the AWP. His teammates rotating in from CD spawn and jungle, but there is a fly in the ointment. Sunny waits towards the connector. Now, won't be the full defuse. They have got kits available, but they're hoping to bait out the terrorists. And Robs comes through. They're not looking at the A-round whatsoever. The incendiary is late at this point, and now it's going to make things very confusing. Mousesports got this all day long. Sunny, go for the diffuser.
What? How does Cold hit that? Oh, Robs just barely. He had to stand in flames to do it.
God, Sunny has made some interesting decisions throughout this half, but that one almost cost him. He just gets a diffuser there, it's done. But he wanted to focus so much on that first kill that he let himself be taken down by coldzera.
Cold did a nice shot, but you're right, it didn't even need to be the exchange.
Yeah, nothing happened. He could just, if he takes on the diffuser, it's over. Luckily, Rob steps up there and does stand in the flames and find it. What a game this is turning out to be, though.
9-9. Set for an execution, at least it seems, toward A. Mousesports win that round, but they don't bring a lot to the table. 3 UMPs, a Deagle for Stico, and an AK-47 for Rops.
Yeah, it's not looking too good now. Execute coming through from Mousesports. Both teams, once again, just no money to work with. This was the storyline in the first half. As the smokes are deployed, set himself on a little pathway towards the A-bomb side there. We've fallen, waiting for the CZ, but surely he goes down in a horrible position to be in, but manages to make it work. Finds Chris J in the smoke towards Palace, buys him some time, but not for long. coldzera, though, coming to life from the ticket booth. It will be a 3 versus 2. He is playing out of his mind right now. Bomb will be down. It's up to Sticker to try and rotate in and help out Robs there.
Forward to take out Sticko successfully. So SK, heavy lead. We talked about how little Mousesports brought to the table last round. Well, it's only going to be worse in the next one because a single round, although only 2 built up, and now what will be a reset. Both teams are extremely low because of the early buy. Earlier buy, we should say. Helps will do what he can with 29 seconds, but don't expect him to go for the round at this point in time. That AK is valuable.
Well, Rob's now.
Is he? I think he's sorry. I think he's the first Estonian player to play in a major. We almost had 2 this time around with HS.
HS, yeah.
Quite
I'm not sure. I'd really have to think about it. I think he probably is, but I couldn't confirm. But Robs will survive with the AK-47. He doesn't get any money to the next round, and that is not good news. His teammates are really struggling. They're on first stage loss bonus now. It's been a really back and forth game. No one running away with the momentum. There will be an AK saved, though, and that's what they went for before. Full eco with Robs on the AK-47. They know it can be deadly, but they can't really justify much investment around it. Robs with those $300 in his back pocket. His teammates can't really do much more than Glocks here. They'd love to bring maybe PT-50s or Deagles, but still, the money is so low, they can't really justify it. So, all down to Robs. I'm sure we'll see a lot of Robs cam this round. Chris J will be behind him. They have one flashbang. They'll probably throw the Glock players in first and set up the human shield for Rops. The cannon fodder. If you can find 1 or 2 kills and get a bomb plant down, that'll be a very successful round. All things considered.
So he goes first. They know the AK's up, they know where it is. First shot does not land close. Nice light, no cigar. One still plays back towards CT. Catching up, 7 kills now. Boost as well. They're trying to get every angle possible towards CG stairs because they want that opened up so they get the bomb down.
Oof,
Problem is they don't have any utility to cover off where Phelps is playing. Rops is certainly manning up with the rifle, but he's not getting anything done, unfortunately.
Does some damage towards Phelps, but Fallen very calm and not overextending. Bomb planted is tremendously good for Mousesports. I didn't expect that to happen. No frags exchanged, but SK is playing a very calm and calculated game here. Sunny known to be a very strong deagler. He might have caused some damage here. He does get one. Coldzera comes into the fray and finds 3 kills in total. Shuts the round down. They're getting fired up over in the SK camp now. You can hear them to our left.
27 kills for Cold. He leads the way significantly. Next closest is actually Oscar on 17. 11 rounds SK. Much to do with Cold showing up. We said that as well. If they watched yesterday, yeah, okay, they could have taken some information, downloaded some information from what SK brought to the table against Space Soldiers, but Cold was the absent one in that game. He's not today.
Absolutely not. Timeout for Mousesports here. Bomb down. They need to work out how they're going to operate in this buy. Rob's still only on $3,000. The rest of them definitely can buy. They can bring out the AWP if they want. They're averaging about $4,600. A couple of them are at 5K. Robs can still afford Galil and armor. But they're going for a partial buy with those things. They're not going to fully commit here. They want to have absolutely everything. Firing on all cylinders. Oh, okay, no, I take it back. So Oscar just goes with a deagle. He leaves himself 3,700. The other guys are going for 3 AKs. So they're going to leave Oscar with enough money to buy the orb going forward and hope that they can do some of these AKs here. Get another bomb down, perhaps. This is a different approach. Oscar definitely could have got AK and armor with this.
So both HS and actually Robs played in the last major because HS was still with Penta at the time.
That's right, okay.
So Chris J holding patiently outside of A main. He'll go back towards spawn. And they'll take the bomb that direction as well. A large portion of that decision comes down to the fact that Oscar's already up toward B, toward the station position, but he gets taken down by Taco. Now what's their call going to be? Because suddenly their information is gone. Still, though, they'll put pressure in the banana, excuse me, I was going to say banana, inside of the B apartments. Taco's rotated off it, so they'll leave Fallen to B. In fact, he's going to rotate back to Checker. So very passive on B, expecting that that 1 kill may funnel them off. If he's that far up, have the others fallen back? Is that why there's no further contact? Courtyard smoke to window. Not an easy smoke to throw. But it lands. That allows them to take top middle. Redeploy that as well, so Phelps can't see them working into connector. Taco needs to pick it. Doesn't actually elect to. He's just going to get back to safety. He'll set a crossfire with Cold. Phelps is sneaking in behind. Jumping down. Cold's gone. Phelps as well. Sunny heard it already. Taco gets found on ticket. Great entrance from Mousesports.
Well, there we go. A force by a sword, 3 AKs, and Oscar is staying on the deagle, keeping his money strong. You see the bottom right now. He's got $3,400 still. He can definitely bring out the orb. He's not able to take Fallen out of his hands. They certainly will quickly nail the shot. Upgrade to the AWP, and that saved them a ton of cash. They've got themselves right back in this game now. SK will be clutching at straws. Phelps, $1,500. Taco, similar story for $2,800. Sunny, though, this was the kill that really solidified the round for them. Good smoke towards short. Rob snailing shots at the M4, and Fallen stuck between a rock and a hard place there, and CT Spawn could not do anything about it. Chris J takes him down, and they surely have to eco here. I'll take a tactical timer to discuss their play. They have a force buy with Fallen picking up a rifle. Same story for Coldzera. 3 of them were on pistols or UMPs. I would say a little partial buy here with some deagles and stuff would be about as good as it gets. 27 kills for Coldzera. At the very top, and then some. 10 above anyone on the Mousesports side. Fallen getting more stuck into the second half. He had 4 kills here so far, but still not the kind of performance we're used to seeing from him. I thought he would come to life in the CT orb.
As did I, to be completely honest. What a chance for Mousesports to go 2-0. So quick cat smoke again. Pistols only for the CTs. How do they position? Seemingly with Taco at the apartments and Cold to support. Fur's also leading off toward B as well. Oops, already has down, and Oscar hits Taco jumping. Great opening sequence already. Map is the oyster at this point in time. 3 defense left, 2 home sites to choose from. They'll take B, and Sunny's got 2 of the 3 kills. So 11-11, Henry. That's our scoreline.
It is. We seem to cast a lot of these, and it will be Fallen and left in a 5 versus 1. Not really much you can do about this one, I'm afraid. I'll have to CZ in hand, and just a matter of time before he goes down. Clean round for Mousesports. Might be the way they're playing CS right now. What did you have to, Matt? Who did you predict to win this one in your official predictions? Was it SK or Mousesports?
I had SK.
Oof.
You had Mousesports.
I did.
Aren't you a genius?
I was believing.
Just rub it in. It's fine.
Believing. Well, this was a fully
Believing? I know you listen to Justin. You tell me all the time that you love Justin Bieber. Anders tells me he loves Justin Trudeau. I'm thinking I'm going to switch my name to Justin so I can be a Canadian Justin you guys would both love. But right now, neither of you love me, so it's fine.
Okay, well, back to the game, perhaps?
No.
No, stay on Justin Bieber. It will be UMB's M4 is a real difficult buy, but I like this boost. This is a really cool one. You can actually catch out T's crossing over just like that. He nails the shot, Sonny didn't see it coming. That's a really cool boost from time to time. A bit scary with the underpass being exposed, but now Fallen looking like he's got his confidence back. So great shot, takes down Chris J. Good move in there. Didn't expect him to be in that sort of position. 5-on-3. Mousesports can still bring this back, but what an uphill battle it would be.
Stico's going to check all angles. Remember that Cold was caught off here last time, but he'll set and ready. There's the deep smoke toward jungle. 2 men down this early, minute 8, and they're just setting up to go back toward A. Good start SK therefore. Fallen certainly had to do something eventually, especially with the op when they're down onto 2 SMGs. Oscar is still searching towards CT where Phelps is playing this time. So Fallen's completely changing his position.
I'm kind of thinking this is still workable for Mousesports. They take down Fallen and CT spawn, all bets are off. They can actually do something with this. Bomb's down now. The retake begins. There's a lack of utility on the CT side. There's actually not a single kit here, Matt. This could actually fall apart.
Rops doesn't need to push this. He's looking for information. Phelps is still on his right side. Question is who finds the other first, who gets impatient sooner. Rops does go down. Phelps has him with the UMP. Now Stico's left inside the sandwich. 5 versus 2. This has to go SK's way. Especially on Mirage. They're so good at retakes on this. Fallen will sacrifice himself. No problem. They'll grab his op. 12-11 SK.
If they find Phelps and CD spawn there and have control of that area, I think it's a different story. Rob's, though, obviously such a difficult position to be in. You're being completely pincered on every single angle. They have no control of any of the key areas of the map. There they get towards CD spawn, I think they have a real chance now, 5-on-3. But they get the bomb down, they keep the money strong, but SK will take the lead, 12-11. Still anyone's game here. It's been fascinating how back and forth it's been. No one able to run away with it whatsoever. It's a weak in SK Gaming without bolts here, but still fighting strong here today, especially Cold Zera. Double AWP setup now for the SK side. 2 AK-47s as well. I'm sure you're all aware by now. It's very beneficial to have the AKs on the CT side. You can take more aggressive angles, go for more faster, audacious plays, and able to have that one-tap potential that the M4 doesn't have. Bang from Stico. Just to push back any aggression from the CTs there. Sunny sits in the smoke for now. Waits for the window to be smoked out so he can drop down. And it'll work towards a connector.
So I need to check short. Consistent issue previously in the first half. Fur already up on top of the cinders as well, making sure nobody gets toward ladder. Gets sprayed and burned. The Molotov goes through to the vent, and he just happens to be inside of it still as it spills down on his position. Good first pick, therefore, for Mousesports.
Very good pick. Again, going towards that connector, but Fallen is starting to show up on the CT side with the AWP. Well, it's towards the spawn position, but he has got Chris J encroaching on that area. Well, Oscar now surely goes down to Phelps. He's been spotted, and oh, that's an absolute blunder. They've let Phelps out. They thought the smoke was going to last a little bit longer, and they might have thrown away the round there and then. Great work by Phelps. Struck at the right opportunity. coldzera coming in with that secondary orb. He has now full control of the bomb. Rops cannot win this round. Stuck in towards Shadow. Not really much he can do at all here. If he finds one kill, I'll be impressed. They can just watch that bomb, and they don't have to move at all. They've got him locked in at A ramp, jungle, and CD spawn.
Yeah, good bump. Stalker gets it.
They know that's a big round. That's why they're getting fired up right now.
Even in Portuguese, they yell, "Nice!"
Yeah, exactly. You have to. It's one of the rules. Money not broken just yet for Mousesports. We're getting there. Phelps, this is the play that saved the round. Absolute blunder from Mousesports to overlook that position. The smoke is not a force field, and it was dissipating at that point as well. Didn't watch it, and he comes through and manages to shut it down by himself. Needs to be a tactical timeout for Mousesports. Indeed it is. So what have they got? They will be buying. Oscar's already bought the AK. Same story for Sunny. A decent utility here. Like I said, this will be the final buy they have. And maybe even the game if they lose this round, they'll be down 14-11. They'll take their time. The coach behind them, discussing the options, assisting the in-game leader, Chris J, of course. Orbs out for Oscar. He dropped an AK for a teammate. They have got 4 smokes, flashbangs and molotovs. We'll get into this one. 18 kills for Oscar. He has slowed down in the second half. Fallen, catching him up. 10 kills for him.
Fallen. Coming alive late. Up to 10 kills now. Phelps, by the way, on 13, certainly a part of this game. I still haven't had any indication as to how they've re-implemented him, if they've gone back to their old style. I know this map, CT side, he used to enjoy pushing quite a bit, but haven't seen that much from him. And speaking of pushing, it's going to be Fur instead this time. Just a small pass from CT stairs. It's always toward A.
But SK are happy for them to have the bomb site. They're very good at the retakes. You pointed out earlier. Sticko now got his work cut out for him. Enough players in front. Nails the first, but good trade from Phelps.
Yeah, Phelps had to slide out on that, even though he was worried about Firebox. And in fact, he does follow it up by getting Chris J, which means they have to commit to the plant. Sony at least gets cold. So they've got the advantage again. Rops will sit behind the entrance point from CT, but Fur's behind. He won't be able to spot Rops from that position. He's still safe behind Triple. That makes it interesting for them. More so, look at the rotation coming around right now from Sunny. He's going to swing all the way to jungle. Rops down. They won't know that he's here yet, though. I think Fur's going to realize he's got to be toward connector at the very least. Because he's already looking that direction. Wow. Good read from Fur.
Yeah, great stuff there. Well played, Fur. Very good awareness. Good flank. 3 kills in total. He is playing an absolute blinder here in the second half. 14-11. The bomb goes down. The loss bonus is at 3rd stage, but money is really on the brink. Mousesports probably will buy into this one. They can't allow SK to have match point this early on. What's the play? Not taking a pause. They haven't bought yet. Going for the partial buy. All things considered, it's probably the best bet. They've gone Sunny with the AK-47. The rest of them saving the money around the 2K mark, maybe a little bit less than that. It's actually quite a heavy investment, trying to do what they can to win this round, but Fur, he is not going to allow it. He's going to find Sticker at the very top. Of course he does. Wallbangs him through the boxes there. Smokes will come in. They have to go with this one. They have no positioning on the map whatsoever. Running for a smoke and hope for the best here.
Just to push through. Cold still behind the smoke at the top of the stairs. We'll know that they're trying to get in, but won't be able to get the information as to where they are exactly. He'll be comfortable sitting back and waiting for his teammates to rotate around to the perimeter. So mid-side smoke protects Chris, and Phelps doesn't want to commit to it either because he knows his teammates don't have any vision to trade. So retake again. A lot of bomb plants there for Mousesports, keeping their economy somewhat intact. Obviously not quite enough for this round, but Rob's good shot. Still make it interesting, unfortunately. There's much more in it as Oscar slides out. SK pick up round 15, 1 to go, and they'll be 2-0 for their 6th straight major.
Well, luckily, Mousesports do get the bomb down now. The money they saved, they definitely have a full buy, but this will take 4 rounds in a row. A bomb sites where they've focused most of their efforts. I don't think Mouse have really headed toward the B side at all so far. Lots of mid splits, lots of A executions. No real pressure in the B site to speak of. Maybe that's a bit of a problem on their side. It will be, though. The AKs, the AWP of Oscar, Sticko, and Sunny will stick together with the Galil. Oscar's going very quickly here, trying to find Coldzera. He's pushing his smoke? Of course he does. He's going to go down, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's another Cold also there, so Taco gone. Cold's able to recover.
It's a brave move by Oscar. Looked very flashy, but let's find a 4-on-4. I would say technically favors the T's, but with no utility at all. Well, they got just a couple of smokes, I guess, so they should be fine. But Chris J makes his way in connector, making a lot of noise. He'll smoke the jungle. And remove third, at least for now, but the smoke's never stopped him before.
Sneaking behind the smoke. He knows they've all gone by. He's lost his teammate, but he's got a lineup taking the kill. Damage done, but that's not good enough. 4 versus 2. Damage to Chris significant. But they've got bombed down, and they've got the site to work with. Fallen sneaking back around with the AWP. Good shot for Chris. Oh! Follows it up. He knew Sunny was there. Couldn't quite get the angle in time. As Sunny gets beat by an AWP. Now it's all level. And it's Cold and Fallen. Imagine having those two try and clutch against you to retake a site. Sticko catches Fallen off. Bit unorthodox to still be sitting reverse side of the default box. But Cold's been impressive. Quiet most recently with 31 kills, but Sticko's going to shut him down, and that means we've got a few more rounds on the cards. Money for SK still significant, though. They'll be able to buy into this.
Oh, absolutely. Fallen, I thought that was enough there. Some glimmers of greatness there from him. Great shot from the first player jumping in CT Spawn. Nails the second, but Sticko holds strong. This was the shot I'm talking about. Spots him over the top. Bang! Plucks him out of the air. Takes Sunny down as well. Should have traded that one, Sunny, but can't beat Fallen sometimes. 15-12. 3 in a row now. They can win this one. There's no money actually available for SK, and there's a real chance it could happen. Fire once again. The underpass, pushing all the way through. Chris J ready, but trying to be ready. Fur is one of the absolute best players in that position. Takes Chris J down, even when he knows he's coming. He can't stop him.
He's going to hold off, though, and because of the smokes, because of the flash, they're able to get the CT back through connector. So Fur's able to rotate off of it, 34 HP, good exchange, and good escape as well. 3 still in mid, though, for Mousesports. Sunny will confirm that the underpass is clear because he didn't see Fur get away, so where else could he have gone? Can't dwell on the thought. They've got to get toward the A site. 3 inside of it. Phelps and Fur aggressive stance. Fallen, wrecked by Sunny, though, because no one's watching connector. They're all forward in the site, but no one's got their eyes that direction. Taco may be able to pull that back roll. Sunny, back turned. For a second, he might lose the exchange. Rops trades off with Phelps.
Oh.
Rops takes Taco as well. 2 versus 2 yet again, but no one knows that Fur's in the site. He's missed the shot. He's missed the chance. But the AWP up close has absolutely no answer for it. 1 versus 1 for the game. Cold 0 versus Rops, and Cold shows the young why he's still the best.
Well, there it is. SK Gaming make 2-0 once again at the Major. Great performance from them. People are doubting their potential here without the addition of Bolts and Phelps coming back into the fray, but they're looking sharp as ever. Mousesports, commiserations to them. That was a great game of CS. Back and forth. Blunders were made. Amazing clutches were gathered. Oscar played out of his mind in the first half. Fallen brought it back in the second. So well played to both the Orpers especially. And Mousesports is going to be a gutting defeat for them. They were so close to breaking SK and managing to take that one. But it's still, they're going to be one-on-one right now. Still a lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do and a lot of chances to do it. The pool is certainly looking interesting with all of the teams that are a couple of 0-2 now. Cloud9 especially. And then now 3 teams at 2-0. We'll take a break. When we come back, we continue on, and we've got a game coming up that's certainly tantalizing. Fnatic are on the cards.
Every day on the inside, the only thing I do is sit around and kill time. I'm trying to blow out the power.